Good morning. It's me, Miss Jennifer. I wanted to take a minute or 5 minutes to answer a question. I'm trying to keep these videos under 5 minutes long, so I might make a lot of them and then you can pick and choose which ones you need the answer to. So the question was that I received, how do you get your children to clean up, right? How do we get our kids to clean up after themselves? First, let me just say, at school, they do clean up after themselves. You all have noticed this, and you've asked me, how do you get them to do it there, but they won't do it at home? It's a very good question, and the answer is that is school and home is home. Two very different environments, first of all. And the environment is the key. So, what I think we parents forget is how much we control the environment, right? So, if your child is always playing with something and never putting it away, and it's becoming this bone of contention with the two of you, and when they go to bed, you can bag that up. You can box it up. You can put it on a high shelf. You can put it in the basement. You can put it in a closet. You have control over the environment is what I'm saying. Now, if somebody's always using something, you certainly don't want to take it away because it means that they really enjoy it, right? But they are a member of your community, your family community, and they need to learn how to be respectful of other people and how to be respectful of the materials that they're being allowed to use. And that's a reasonable expectation for any child, okay? You don't just bake cookies and then leave all the stuff all over the counter and think someone else is going to put it all away and never clean up after yourself. You clean up after yourself so you'll have the materials you need the next time you want to make cookies or the next time something happens that you need those things. Kiddos live in the moment, so they don't foresee what it is that they might want to do next time. Today is today, and what's happening right now is what they want to do and what they don't want to miss. And so for them, if they're playing with Legos, for example, a favorite in my house at one time, they dump out all the Legos because in that moment they're like, I'm not going to dig through here and try to find what I got to find. I'm going to dump them all out. I like the sound it makes when they all fall on the floor, and I'm going to spread them out so I can see what I have, and then I'm going to build for about 10 or 20 minutes at the most. And then I'm going to be done. And I'm going to show you my cool creation, and I'm going to move on to the next thing over there, right? And they leave this pile of Legos behind. That is only frustrating to us. It is not frustrating to them. So it's kind of like the squeaky wheel gets the oil, or the thing that, it needs attention receives it. In their world, it doesn't need any attention. It's not a problem. It's just a bunch of Legos, and they'll be there when I come back to them and want to use them again. It's a problem for you. And it would be a problem in the classroom in that other children might want to use the Legos, right? So they don't know, can I use them? Are they done using them? Should I take them off? Are they going to get upset with me? But at home, they're the only kid, or maybe they're one of 2 or 3 or 4, and they know that those are their Legos and no one else is going to touch them, so it's not a big deal. So they don't want to clean them up. You have you need to know that that's their mindset. So there we go. We've established that. Secondly, you need to remember that you control the environment. So you purchase the Legos and you put the Legos out for them to use, right? And you can take them away, okay? But you don't want to do that because the child is enjoying it. So the next part is you need to establish the boundaries or the expectations around the item. So you'll allow those things to be out if they clean up when they're done, right? So that's That's the boundary that's in place. That's the expectation that's given. So when you see your child go over to get the bin of Legos, oh, Legos, I want to use Legos, and they get ready to dump it, you can stop them, say pause, and you could say, if you dump out all those Legos, you're going to be the one who picks them up. That is what Mama's expecting. When you dump them, you're going to pick them up. Understand? And the child will say, yeah, I understand. And they'll dump out the Legos. And they'll build and they'll be happy and blah, 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 blah. And then at the end, when they go to move on to something else, you've got to jump in there. You've got to catch them and you've got to say, oh, before you pick up the trucks or before you play with your doll, we need to put the Legos away. No, I'll do it later. Nope. Before you use those things, the Legos need to go away. So you're reinforcing your expectation. You're not yelling. You're not angry about it. You're being what we call a broken record, okay? So you're being a physical barrier between them and the next thing they're off to do. And you're saying, before, that means stop, wait. Before we do the next thing, we're going to clean these up. Remember? They're not going to like this the first 3 or 4 times that you set this expectation. They're going to resist it because they don't want to. And we can all understand that. I hate doing dishes. It's like my least favorite thing to do. But I love to bake. And I would love to just bake and walk away and let somebody else do all the dishes. But I can't. I have to clean up after myself. So it's not a fun feeling for them. Understandably, you don't like it. They don't like it. So it's made even worse if the adult that they're interacting with is coming down hard, right? So you have to figure out a way to approach the cleanup as, number 1, a team initially, and number 2, entertaining and fun, okay? So one of the methods we use at Helping Hands, and I have found works, especially with Legos to be cleaned up, is to talk about how your hands are grappler hooks, right? And you demonstrate, I can see you don't want to clean up the Legos. I understand you're frustrated. So you validate their feelings and you tell them that you're on the same page. And you say, I know if we do it together, it'll go by really quick and we'll be done and you can go do that other thing you want to do, okay? So let's work together. Let's be a team. So now you're on their side. You've validated their feelings. You've told them that they're valid, and they're important to feel the way they do, and you relate. And now you're going to work with them to solve it. So there's no anger here, okay? And you could say, you have great grappler hooks. Let's bend down together and get make all these funny noises. Or I am a robot and I like to clean up things like a robot. And you can get 2 books from the book corner and scoop up the Legos in the books like that and then pour them into the Lego bin. Get creative about how you clean them up, okay? And then when they're all cleaned up, you can do a fun secret handshake, or you can do 2 thumbs up to recognize that they've completed the expectation, okay? They've met your expectation. And then they can go on to the next thing. Now, this is easier said than done, okay? It doesn't come naturally to every parent, and it's not a fun thing for everybody to do. Obviously, it's what I enjoy doing because I do it every day at Helping Hands. But with my own children at home, I definitely got to a point where I was like, why are we dumping the Legos? What is going on? You have to clean that up. Why are you dumping them all out? It doesn't make any sense. And feeling very grumpy about it for sure. So first of all, don't beat yourself up if you've screamed at them about the Legos. Sorry, that light is so bright. Okay, so that's another thing. Here we go. So Once they put away their Lego successfully, then the reward is they get the 2 thumbs up from you and they move on to the next thing. End of story, right? They're going to pick up the Legos every time from now on, right? Wrong. They're not going to the next time, or the next time, or the time after that. You're going to have to repeat this cycle that I just described of making it interesting and the expectation again and again and again and again. Okay, and for us at school, it usually takes 2 months of kiddos coming every Tuesday, Thursday, for example. The kiddos that come 5 days a week, it usually takes 2 weeks. So give yourself 2 weeks to get this routine and rhythm down, okay? The expectation that it's going to happen overnight because you wanted to isn't a realistic one, sorry to say. The other thing for helping clean up is to make the actual cleaning up easier by making it a game. So, number one, you control the environment, which means what you put out is up to you. So if your child's bedroom or play area or wherever you have the toys out that they're choosing from is like chaos of just bins and puzzles and games and pieces and Legos and everything everywhere, it's really hard for them in their developing stage, their developmental stages, to have organization, okay, out to make sense of all of that. So at night, or when your husband or your partner takes the child for a walk or a bike ride or something, you can take an hour and reorganize the material. So only have out at tops 5 things. Okay, so 5 items are going to be on one shelf. And for us at the beginning of the school year, I take a photograph, but you could draw a picture and put that on the shelf to show where the bin is going to go back to. So they're looking at their thing of blocks, and then they look at the shelf and they see a picture of blocks. Okay, that's where it goes. It's kind of like a fun game, or return and match things, right? Another way to do that is to use stickers. Stickers are like the bane of my existence. I do not like stickers in the home because I feel like stickers get stuck on everything and it just drives me crazy when kids put stickers on stuff that isn't paper. So this is not something you would necessarily do if you feel the same about stickers that I do. But if you don't care, and another way to do it is to use the painter's tape and put a little piece of blue painter's tape down on the bottom of a bin, and then a sticker. Say it's a frog sticker. Then on the shelf over there, you have a little piece of painter's tape and a frog sticker. So then when your child is using the action figures or the blocks or the Barbies or whatever it might be, you can say to them, now, can you help me find where this bin should go after we fill it up? How do we know? Let's look on the bottom. And you look on the bottom of the bin and there's a picture of a frog. And you say, okay, do you want to carry the basket and look for a frog, or do you want me to hold the basket? Well, you look for the frog. So someone is looking for the frog. It's not an option to just opt out of not cleaning up, right? So you can work together and look for the frog together, or they can look all on their own. It's like a little treasure hunt. You can change the stickers daily if you wanted to keep it interesting. But they have to find where the frog sticker is and then return the bin that has the frog sticker on it to that spot. This is another way to make cleaning up fun and interesting and more enjoyable. Thinking of tools here. The bottom line is, as I approach 15 minutes, I can see on the timer there, the bottom line is cleaning up can be fun if it is an organized kind of thing. If you are, you collectively, like if mom and dad or mom and mom, whoever the parents are, if they are on the same page and they want the same thing, and they have discussed ahead, all right, we're going to have 5 things out, and these are the 5 things, and we'll change them every 2 days, and we're going to put this sticker on, and we're both going to like work together on this, and grappler hooks, and you talk about it, because if one person is letting it happen where the kid doesn't have to clean up, and the other one is like, oh, you have to clean up, it's just going to become a battle of the wills, like a battle of energy against one another. And it's not going to work. So you do have to be on the same page with your partner, set clear and realistic expectations with your child, validate their feelings, and make it interesting. Okay, remember that you control the environment. So you put out what they can use or not use. And if something becomes an ongoing battle, and the child is old enough to see those consequences, like 5 and older, you could say, yeah, I put away the Legos because I was tired of cleaning up the Legos, but maybe we can try again tomorrow. And if you can clean up your Legos when you're done using them, then we'll have them out every day. Sound like a deal? It's a delicate balance, and working together, both as the parents and the parents with the child. Okay, so in Montessori, she always used a triangle as the example. So the top part of the triangle is the child, and over here is the classroom environment, and over here is the teacher. All right, so in your home, it's the child, the home, and the parents, right? So work within that triangle, and remember, it will get easier the more you practice.